Hello everybody, this is Mother Murphy. It's been 5 years and a half since I've been on the internet when my first video was out. So I'm here to tell you what is happening today. There's been big changes in our life since we first went out on the internet and what we were doing. We didn't get any justice or any help from the system or like the way the world thinks we get help, but we have come a long way, and it's all because of us turning our lives around and that God had helped us in all of our pain. What the enemy wanted for evil, God has turned it into good. He's helped us in so many ways, and I want to thank the enemy. I know this sounds strange to many people, but I really want to thank you enemies for what you have done, because what you have hurt and wanted to make evil, God has turned it into good. And not only that, but you have made us stronger, and our faith is stronger, and you have not done us no harm at all in the way that you thought you would do. We are stronger than we ever were, and I thank you for that. I know this sounds strange, but I really do thank you for that. And I want to tell the people that the things that has happened to us can happen to anyone. It could be any one of you out there that can have this, but I pray you never go through what they have put us through. We have been very hurt, very much walked on and stomped on, and all these things has happened to us. But God in His mercy has helped us, and God has come to me, and that's why I got to tell you that this is why I am strong. This is why I have my hope. This is what I hope in, is God. I gave it all to Him, and He has done many things with our lives, and many miracles and many blessings and many favors that we could not have done. God has done the possible and the impossible for us. And I want you to know that you have to stay strong, and one thing you have to do, you have to have no fear. No fear whatsoever, because fear is what makes you sick. Fear is what's getting to you. Fear is what they want you to be. And you don't need fear. You need your faith, and you need your hope. And what you hope in is what you don't see, because you have to believe that there is something greater than yourself out there, and there is a God. I call Him God, and He is the great I am. And He is the one who you put your hope and your faith and your trust in. And I'll tell you, through Him, there will be no one hurting you. If God be for you, nobody can be against you. I know that I know that I know. And I want to say to the people out there, many of you now have been trying to give us comfort and doing things. And I want to thank Linda for what she did in her video to give us thanks. I also, Linda, am humble, very humble. And I know where you're coming from. And I thank you very much, and we appreciate what you done and got back to us. Thank you very much, Linda. And I thank all the people out there now who are trying to help us and doing things for us. And I can tell you that great things have happened for us. I can't tell you the things that have changed in our life, and we got hope, and I got a peace, I got a joy the world can't take away. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. And I am more on fire today than I was at first. And I also want to tell you that when I started out, I went to churches, and I wrote to many, and not one can I say that knew what I was talking about. And they didn't help me. They nearly knocked me right out. I went to them in a way that God gave me so many things, and I wanted to say it. I thought those were the people that would help me. I really, truly, I never knew how bad things were. And I never got no help there at all. No help at all. I didn't get this in a church. I got this in my own home. On my knees. My suffering. My heart broken. Losing children. Then I lost my daughter. And then these people start coming in. I don't even know these people. I don't know who this enemy is. I don't know why they wanted to hurt us. Just by a few people wanting to stand up in faith and trusting God. I mean, that's all we wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. And then hurt us like they hurt us. I'm not the only one that was hurt. My son, we had everything taken from us. And today, what they took from us, we got more than they'll ever dream of. And more than their gold and silver abound. Because what we've got is that I've got and they got is the treasure of all treasure. God himself, who is all the power and all the might. We have no power of our own. Anybody wants to work, has got to work under his power and his strength. Because they thought was nothing. Only God could take and make it something. And I know that he is alive. And I know he's well. And I know that he's got all the power and the might. When I am weak, he's strong. When I am helpless, he's almighty. And I tell you, if he be for me, there ain't no one going to be against us. Because and what you did to all of us, we are growing stronger. We are getting healthier. And we are everything. I can't tell you the peace, the joy that I've got that no one can take away. And the love, all the love that was poured on me that I want to give to the world now. I never known love like this, unconditional and so beautiful and so wonderful. And in God, and it was just like, I don't know, he gave me strength. He put power in my body like an energy. I can't explain it. I can't explain these things. I cannot explain the supernatural to give it any kind of meaning. Because there's no words. There's no book. There's no nothing can explain what has happened in my life. I just know he came to me and I'll never be the same. And I'll tell you, if you want love, that's where you go. You'll never, ever. I got so much love to give away and nobody seems to want it. But I'll tell you, he loved me. And I tell you, I just want everybody to know that if you're going to stand in this world, you have to stand by your faith. And you've got to stand up in no fear. And you've got to stand in his grace and his presence and his power and his strength. There is no other way. And he helps you in things, and I'll tell you, this is not easy. I will not lie to you. This is not easy. This is hard. And you will stumble and you will fall. There's things, but he picks you up. And he keeps you going. And it's many times that you're crushed. So crushed. And I know you're going through it. But you can, people, stand up and be different. You can have a new life. You can have all you want. And it won't be coming from anything source but God. He gives it all to you. If you do your part and stand up and just have your faith and trust him, I can tell you, your whole life will change. Everything in you will change. And all letting go and forgiving, I never knew what that meant. But oh God, I was so glad when I forgave. I had like weight loss took off of me. I had things given to me that I never dreamed of. And I seen him. I seen his hand come across the water. I seen him, had me up in a tree. But just put me in the middle and he gave me something to drink. And he was cutting down this big tree. And as he was cutting it away, he took it down to one branch. And with that one branch, I was crying so hard that I didn't know what to do. And when he got to the one branch, it was something happened. I cannot explain it. But it was like the heavens was open up. And I seen all these people, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And all I could say in my heart was, God's going to save his people. Yes, I had many visions and I had many things that happened to me. Things not of this world. And that's why I keep crying out and why I stand strong. Not on my strength. Not on my own. I am nothing and can be nothing. But through him all things are possible. Even the impossible. I tell you, he's done much for me. And he even took my fear away. And to this day, I will not bow down to anyone, and I will not let the enemy. And I know the enemy can't win. That I do know. Not even if I live or I die, he'll never win. That enemy will not win. And I want you to know, people, that you can be strong, but you have to do it. Nobody can give you this. You can't give it away. You have to get it yourself. You have to go down in the... This is not, yes, the mountaintops are wonderful, but it's in the valley you grow. You can't stay on that mountaintop. You have to come down in the valley. And you have to go through these hard times and hardships. But I'll tell you, everything is glorious when you come out. And he does give you those mountains sometimes, but you can't stay there. You have to come down and battle it down here in these mountains. Down in the valley below, you have to come down. You can't stay up all the time. And I'm going to tell you that with all these things that went on, I never had a feeling of such love and things. And I know how much we fail and how much we done and what we done to our families and children. But you got your children. Don't forget, your children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren are going to just have this mess put down on them. So people, please, for your children's sake, to help them too, because you have to keep praying for them. You have to keep asking, and you have to give things up. And it doesn't matter. It may be friends. It may be neighbors. You may lose things. And it's a hard thing. And it breaks your heart. It's nothing worse than losing your children or losing your family to the world. This world has taken much from us people. And it takes a lot from us. But I'll tell you, if you want it, and you want it back, it's going to come through the good Lord above. For he has all the power and the might. We don't have it. But he can drive this enemy that it won't rise ever again to hurt you or hurt me or anyone else. And I'm praying that you will understand what I'm trying to tell you this time. I have never been so loved and have such a peace. Oh, people, you don't know, if you only would just call out and ask God to take and help you, because we can't do it on our own. And we cannot stand under all this pressure and this awful power that's out there in this world. We need him to give us strength, to rise us up. And I'll tell you, you'll never be the same. For I will never be the same, ever. And I never want to be the same. And I don't want to go back to the past. We can't go to the past. We can't go up to tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We only have the day. And we got to make them. Every day that we get, we have to make it. And keep growing. And keep in what we're doing. Yes, you're going to be kicked around. Yes, they're going to hurt you. But you can stay strong. You don't have to go under. And you don't, if you don't faint, you don't go off the track, you'll be fine. There is nothing nobody can do to hurt you. I tell you that, I know that, I know that, I know. Nobody can hurt us. If we've God before you, nobody can be against you. Stay strong, people. I know it's a lot of you that don't want to come out. I can understand. This is a scary place to be in. But I can tell you, the fear, don't fear. Please, don't fear. That's what gets you down. That's what gets you sick. That hurts you. That will make you break sick. And I'll tell you, since I've known, I never felt better in my whole life. So after all this pain, all this suffering, and all these hurts, I come out stronger than I ever thought I could ever come. And it was all by God's grace and his mercy that he brought us here. And no, you've done a lot of things to a lot of people. And you certainly, there was many things that you don't know about, and the hurt that we have gone through. And I can't tell it or explain it all here on this camera. For one thing, I don't want to go out on a camera because I don't know why, but I just feel kind of nervous. But in a way, I had to come out to let you know that everything is nothing's done, but we are working it out, and God is helping us in every way that you can imagine. Things you couldn't even know possible or impossible. He is doing for me and my son and the others that are with us. And I hope and pray that you understand this message and know that there is a living God outside who can help you as He's helping us. And I pray for you and I ask God to bless you and hope that you will know that this is what's keeping us together. This is the only thing that's keeping us together and holding us. And I tell you, your fear can be taken. He took mine, He can take yours. And I pray that you will do the right thing, because nobody can make this choice. You have to make the choice. Nobody else can make it for you. And I pray that you make the right choice. Mother Murphy.